Un aplauso para mami y papi, porque en verdad rompieron.
Welcome to Cabo Verde, an archipelago of 10 inhabited islands floating in the central Atlantic, where volcanic peaks meet endless blue, and centuries of sea breezes have shaped a distinct culture, language, and way of life. This is an island country that sometimes slips under the map in global consciousness. Its story spans exploration, resilience, migration, and an astonishingly rich musical heritage. Today we will travel across these islands, from the busiest streets of Praia to the smoking summit of Pico do Fogo, examining geography, history, people, languages, economy, music, food, ecology, tourism, and the contemporary challenges and ambitions that shape Cabo Verde's future. Along the way, we'll meet local experts, hear the voices of musicians, taste island dishes, and trace the lines of an archipelago that is as dynamic as the ocean that surrounds it. First, some orientation. Cabo Verde lies roughly 570 kilometers off the coast of Senegal, clustered in two island groups, the Windward Barlavento in the north and the Leeward Sotavento in the south. The major islands include Santiago, Santo Antão, Sal Vicente, Sal Boa Vista, Fogo, Maio, Brava, São Nicolau, and Santa Luzia. Though Santa Luzia remains uninhabited, each island possesses its own personality. Some are green and mountainous, others flat and salt-swept, some known for fishing ports, others for resort beaches. The islands are volcanic in origin, sculpted by eruptions and sea level changes over millions of years. The highest point is Pico do Fogo on the island of Fogo, a cone that still breathes heat and gas. The climate is generally arid to semi-arid, driven by the trade winds and the cold Canary Current. These forces bring frequent droughts and shape traditional livelihoods like small-scale agriculture and fishing. Cabo Verde's population is just under 600,000, with roughly half living on Santiago, the largest and most populous island. Praia, the national capital on Santiago, is the political and economic heart of the country, a place where colonial history and modern development intersect. To understand modern Cabo Verde, we must first look to its past. The islands were uninhabited until the 15th century, when Portuguese explorers discovered them. Over centuries, Cabo Verde became a hub for Atlantic navigation, the transatlantic slave trade, and a mixing place of African and European peoples and traditions. Creole identities and the Cape Verdean Creole language family emerged from these interactions. Independence arrived later than in many African countries. Cabo Verde gained independence from Portugal in 1975 after a period of political organization led by the African Party for the Independence of Guinea and Cape Verde, CAIC. In the decades since independence, Cabo Verde transitioned from a one-party state to a vibrant multi-party democracy, noted for its political stability and steady human development gains. Language is a central feature of Cape Verdean identity. Portuguese is the official language used in government, education, and formal media. But the everyday heart of social life is Cape Verdean Creole, known locally as Creole. Creole is not a single language, but a family of dialects varying by island. Santiago Creole sounds different from São Vicente Creole. Creole is spoken in homes, neighborhoods, music, and street life. It is a living thread connecting the islands. One of Cabo Verde's most celebrated gifts to the world is music. Begin with Morna. Slow, soulful, and often sung in Creole about longing, migration, and the sea. Cesária Évora, the barefoot diva from São Vicente, brought Morna to global audiences with her haunting voice and simple presence. Her music introduced many outside the archipelago to Creole soul and seafaring melancholy. But music in Cabo Verde is far richer than Morna alone. Coladeira brings livelier rhythms. Funaná carries fast accordion-led dances, but took traces its roots to African rhythmic traditions, often featuring call and response vocals and percussive dress. Music is a social glue, played at bars, festivals, religious celebrations, and on radio waves that connect island to island. These songs tell stories of exile and return, of salt and drought, of the sea's promise and its dangers. Migration is not just a theme in Cabo Verdean music, it is a demographic reality. Over the centuries, Cape Verdeans have created one of the world's most widespread diasporas, with strong communities in Portugal, the United States, the Netherlands, and West Africa. Remittances from abroad play a significant role in the national economy and in family life on the islands. Economically, Cabo Verde has few natural resources. The islands rely on services, especially tourism, alongside commerce, fishing, light manufacturing, and financial services. Tourism has grown rapidly since the late 20th century, with beaches and resorts on Sal and Boa Vista attracting Europeans seeking sun and sandscapes. Simultaneously, creative industries, music, film, and cultural festivals channel the archipelago's cultural capital. Cabo Verde's government has pursued a development strategy focused on stability, investments in education and health, and partnerships with international donors. The country achieved steady progress in indicators like life expectancy and literacy. However, challenges remain: vulnerability to climate change and drought, limited freshwater resources, dependence on imports, and economic concentration in a few sectors. Now, let us step island by island and meet the places, people, and landscapes that make Cabo Verde unique. Our first stop is Santiago, the largest island in the seat of Praia. Santiago is the political and cultural heartland. Praia's Plateau, a hilltop colonial district, is where you find government offices, colonial-era buildings, and narrow streets lined with cafes. But beyond the capital, Santiago bears striking rural landscapes. The verdant valley of Serra Malagada, the agricultural towns growing corn, beans, and vegetables, and the historical town of Cidade Velha. Cidade Velha offers a sobering and necessary reminder of the island's past. Founded in the 15th century as Ribeira Grande and later known as Cidade Velha, this coastal town served as a slave trading port during the Portuguese era. Its ruins, including the São Felipe fortress, stand as memorials to a painful history and as educational spaces for reflection and reconciliation. Santiago also showcases vibrant markets where local produce is sold alongside artisanal crafts. Food here is hearty and often based on maize, beans, fish, and locally grown vegetables. Cachupa is the national dish, a slow-cooked stew of maize, beans, and fish or pork, simmered for hours until flavors intensify. It's comfort food, often shared at family gatherings and celebrations. From Santiago, we head north to Santo Antão, a mountainous island beloved by hikers. Its valleys are some of the greenest in the archipelago thanks to orographic rain patterns that capture moist winds, creating terraces of agriculture clinging to steep slopes. Santo Antão's landscapes are a paradise for trekkers and photographers. Trails reveal isolated farms where coffee and sugarcane were historically cultivated, small villages built into ridges, and dramatic vistas plunging into the Atlantic. The local cuisine includes fresh goat, corn-based dishes, and seasonal fruits, often accompanied by homemade grogue, a traditional spirit distilled from sugarcane. We continue to Sal Vicente, an island whose cultural life centers on Mindelo, a port town of music, cafes, and colonial architecture. Mindelo has been described as the cultural capital of Cabo Verde. Its waterfront promenades, lively bars, and music venues create a nocturnal world filled with sound. Mindelo's festivals are famous. The Carnival of Mindelo bursts with color, music, and dance, attracting performers from across the archipelago. Here, you'll find record stores, music shops, and a palpable reverence for the island's musical heritage. Many Cape Verdean musicians began their careers in Mindelo's clubs and on its stages. Off Sal Vicente's shores lies São Nicolau, quieter and more pastoral, offering fishing villages and rugged coastlines. Brava, the island of flowers, is small and verdant, once a refuge for sailors and whalers, now quieter and hard to access. Fogo, most dramatic of all, presents a living volcano. Pico do Fogo rises 2,829 meters above sea level and has shaped village life around its slopes. Fogo's lava fields are not only geological features, but the backbone of a unique agricultural zone. The town of Chã das Caldeiras, nestled within the volcanic caldera, is home to families who farm on volcanic soils rich in minerals. They cultivate grapes, produce wine, and raise livestock in conditions few islands replicate. The 2014 eruption forced temporary evacuations, but the inhabitants' resilience and connection to the land endures. Sal and Boa Vista have become synonymous with sun and sand tourism. Sal Santa Maria offers long stretches of white sand, kite surfing, and a growing hospitality industry. Boa Vista's dunes and beaches, meanwhile, have transformed parts of the island into resort zones catering to European tourists seeking all-inclusive packages. Tourism's growth presents a dual dynamic. It brings jobs and foreign exchange, but also pressures local infrastructure, water supplies, and traditional lifestyles. Sustainable tourism practices, community involvement, and conservation initiatives are increasingly crucial to ensuring the island's long-term prosperity. Let's talk about ecology. Cabo Verde sits in an oceanic crossroads rich in biodiversity but delicate in its balance. The archipelago hosts endemic plants and is an important stopover for migratory birds. Marine life, from tuna to sea turtles, depends on healthy coastal ecosystems. Yet island environments are highly vulnerable. Invasive species, overfishing, and habitat loss threaten native species. Conservation efforts are multidisciplinary. Government agencies, NGOs, and community groups work on marine protected areas, reforestation, and species protection. Some islands, like the uninhabited Santa Luzia, are candidates for conservation and scientific research, potentially serving as living laboratories for restoration. Water scarcity is another defining challenge. Freshwater resources are limited, and many communities rely on groundwater and seasonal rains. To address this, Cabo Verde has invested in desalination plants, water trucking, rainwater harvesting, and improved irrigation. These technologies bring relief, but can be expensive and energy intensive. Energy transition has become a priority. With abundant sun and wind, the islands are ideal for renewable energy deployment. In recent years, solar farms and wind projects have expanded electricity access and reduced fuel imports, helping to stabilize energy costs and lower carbon footprints. Now, let's explore daily life and culture. Cape Verdeans are known for warmth, hospitality, and a slow, reflective sensibility often captured by the Portuguese word saudade, a mixture of longing, nostalgia, and love. This mood shapes social life. Family ties are tight, community rituals matter, and music fills both public spaces and private homes. Religions practiced in Cabo Verde reflect Roman Catholic heritage alongside Protestant denominations and syncretic practices. Religious festivals create focal points of community life, combining ritual, procession, and celebration. Education is a cornerstone of development. Enrollment in primary school is high, and the country has expanded access to secondary and tertiary education, including connections to foreign universities through scholarships. Still, the challenge remains to align education outcomes with local labor market needs and to retain talented graduates who might seek opportunity abroad. Healthcare has improved markedly, with life expectancy rising and infectious diseases becoming less prevalent. The government invests in clinics and primary health care, though island geography makes specialized services more challenging on remote islands, necessitating referrals to larger centers or international partnerships. Let's take a moment to consider governance and international relations. Cabo Verde is often praised for its stable democracy and diplomatic engagement. It participates in regional organizations and maintains ties with European nations, the African Union, and multilateral institutions. International partnerships assist in development projects, disaster preparedness, and climate resilience. Remittances, as mentioned earlier, are vital. Diaspora communities send funds that sustain households, invest in small businesses, and finance infrastructure projects. The relationship between islanders and their overseas communities is complex and generative. Cultural exchange flows both ways. Culture beyond music includes literature, cinema, visual arts, and culinary traditions. Cape Verdean writers, poets, and filmmakers explore identity, migration, and social change. Visual artists depict island life through painting, sculpture, and street art. Culinary life combines Atlantic resources with island agriculture. Besides cachupa, you'll find grilled fish, stews, fried pastries like pastel, and desserts crafted with local fruits and sugarcane. Coffee culture exists in towns, with cafes serving espresso alongside local brews. Now, we'll look at sports and recreation. Football is king, played in dusty pitches and manicured stadiums alike. Local clubs have passionate followings. In Cape Verde, Verde's national team has punched above its weight in regional competitions, uniting islands in moments of sporting pride. Transportation across the archipelago relies on ferries and domestic flights. Inter-island connectivity has improved, but rough seas and weather can still disrupt schedules. Road conditions vary. Some islands have modern highways. Others retain narrow, winding paths carved into rugged terrain. Small and medium enterprises drive much local commerce. Fisheries, hospitality, handicrafts, and service industries. Entrepreneurial energy is visible in small cafes, goose houses, fashion designers using local motifs, and tech startups operating from hubs in Praia and Mindelo. Let's examine governance of natural hazards. The islands face periodic droughts and the occasional volcanic eruption. Disaster preparedness includes early warning systems, evacuation plans in volcanic zones, and water management strategies. Community preparedness and resilient infrastructure are essential lines of defense. A key to Cabo Verde's resilience is the balance between modern development and respect for local cultures and environments. Many initiatives strive to involve communities in decision-making, from tourism development plans to marine conservation projects. Protecting intangible heritage, language, music, and rights matters as much as conserving landscapes. What does the future hold? Analysts see opportunities in renewable energy, sustainable tourism, blue economy initiatives, and digital services. Cabo Verde's strategic location could support maritime logistics, research hubs, and niche industries such as high-quality wines from Fogo or specialty fisheries. Yet the future depends on navigating real constraints. Climate change impacts on rainfall and sea levels. Economic diversification to reduce vulnerability. Ensuring equitable growth across islands. And investing in education and health to retain talent. Before we close, let's meet a few people whose lives illuminate Cabo Verde's character. A fisherman from Maio who rises before dawn to set nets. a young singer from Mindelo carrying a crate of CDs to a local bar, a vineyard owner on Fogo coaxing grapes from volcanic soils, a teacher in Praia determined to expand opportunities for rural children. Each of these stories shares a common thread: adaptability. Island life demands creativity, finding water, making a living from small plots, building community ties across remoteness. This adaptability is visible in Cape Verdean music, business, and daily life. If you're planning to visit Cabo Verde, consider these practical notes. Bring appropriate sun protection and light layers for wind. Check inter-island transport schedules. Respect local customs. Support locally owned businesses. And seek experiences that engage with communities rather than isolating yourself in resort bubbles. Many travelers recommend spending time on smaller islands to appreciate regional diversity beyond the popular beach destinations. Sustainable travel tips. Choose eco-certified accommodations when possible. Avoid single-use plastics. Participate in beach cleanups. And ask about the ecological footprint of excursions, such as turtle watching or 4x4 dune rides. Responsible tourism helps preserve the island's long-term appeal. Cabo Verde's creative scene is inviting to visitors and diaspora alike. Consider attending a festival such as Mindelo's Carnival or the Baía das Gatas Music Festival, where local and international artists converge. For quieter cultural immersion, visit community music sessions, seek out Morna performances, and explore local markets and artisan workshops. Finally, let us reflect on why Cabo Verde captivates those who encounter it. Perhaps it is the juxtaposition, the archipelago's small size against a vast ocean, the island's sparse vegetation against rich cultural abundance, the winds that challenge daily life and also fill the sails of migrating songs. Cabo Verde's story is not simple. It is a tapestry of histories, movements, and creativity that continues to evolve. Thank you for joining this journey across Cabo Verde. If this episode inspired you, subscribe to Globe Injera for more country profiles and deep dives, and share the video with friends who love travel, music, and island stories. Leave a comment below with which Cabo Verde island you'd like us to explore next, or any questions for people we featured. If you want resources to learn more, check the description for links to UNESCO materials on Cidade Velha, music playlists featuring Morna and Funaná, conservation organizations working in Cabo Verde, and travel guides to plan your trip. We'll also link interviews and sources that inform this episode. Cabo Verde, islands shaped by fire, wind, and sea, cultures forged by movement, a music that carries the weight of memory and the light of celebration. Until next time, keep exploring.
Mámame, que te canto un himno de billete verde y un amor latino. La noche en Miami llena de brillo y un un flow tan caliente que te derrito. Salgo del estudio, ya facturé otro palo. Con la cuenta en ceros no me verás ni un chasco. Trabajo duro, pero también disfruto. Y a las malas nunca les doy un minuto. Las chicas me rodean como palmeras en la playa. Cada uno un sueño con su cuerpo que balancea. Pero a ti te busco, mi morena bella, la que roba mi atención con una mirada tan fiera. Porque contigo el dinero no es la motivación, es tu sonrisa que me da la inspiración. Bailamos bajo la luna sin ninguna restricción. Y en tu piel morena encuentro mi obsesión. Desde en el Caribe, con champaña bien fría, tú en bikini rojo robando toda la envidia. Gastamos en caprichos que la vida es corta, pero contigo al lado nada más importa. Sube el volumen mami que te canto un himno de billetes verdes y un amor latino. Las noches en Miami llenas de brillo y un flow tan caliente que te derrito. Salgo del estudio, ya facturé otro palo. Con la cuenta en ceros no me verás ni un chasco. Trabajo duro, pero también disfruto. Y a las malas nunca les doy un minuto. Las chicas me rodean como palmeras en la playa. Cada uno un sueño con su cuerpo que balancea. Pero a ti te busco, mi morena bella, la que roba mi atención con una mirada tan fiera. Que contigo el dinero no es la motivación, es tu sonrisa que me da la inspiración. Bailamos bajo la luna sin ninguna restricción. Y en tu piel morena encuentro mi obsesión. Ya te en el Caribe, con champaña bien fría, tú en bikini rojo robando toda la envidia. Gastamos en caprichos que la vida es corta, pero contigo al lado nada más importa. Porque contigo el dinero no es la motivación, es tu sonrisa que me da la inspiración. Bailamos bajo la luna sin ninguna restricción.
Olá, Cabo Verde! Nossa luta de coração nunca tá para. Nota já!